not there, and he must think, this man must took my purse. So he woke him up. And then said, where is my purse? You see my purse? And said, I didn't see any purse. And then they were all in quarrel. And anyway, the first man killed the third man. Okay, thank you. Alright, well, thank you. You can be seated. You're not going to get any Oscar or anything like that. So, when Moses sees this, and he said to God, this is too much evil and injustice. Look, the first man lost his belongings. The second man, he, for lucky, doesn't have to walk, and got the purse and run away. Doesn't have to walk. The third man, he didn't make any mistake, he just went there, and then he got killed. This is injustice. And what God explained to Moses, for once and only once, I will give you the explanation, right? I cannot explain every single thing, but for once and only once, I will explain to you what happened just then. The first man was a thief's son. So the purse contained, jewelry that was stolen by his dad, and he stole it from his dad. Right? And then the second man is the person who his father stole it from. So when he found his jewelry again, he said, wow, hallelujah, it's been back to me. The third man was a prisoner who ran away. He's a convict who ran away. And for the things that he did really bad. And now he got his punishment. You see what it is? When we see things, sometimes we see injustice. So we shall never question God. If we want to put everything in here, might as well we just be God. Might as well you open your own, or you open your own church, open your own religion, and try to sue God for his injustice. So you know something? So this is what happened, sometimes we see things, but we think things are actually injustice. But I tell you what, the word of God is always the truth. And he said he is a faithful God who does no wrong. How just and upright is he? Do you know, when Moses said this is after he found out that he will not go to the promised land. How come say, God, how come you are just and upright? Because do you know what I do, God? I have to be spent, how many 40 years? I want to be killed. And I fight, forever, when these people don't see you, I will go, on there 40 days, I will fast and pray. But now you're not allowed me to go to the promised land. How just and upright are you, God? The same man that was treated unfairly by God say that you are just and upright. Amen? This is what we need to learn from Moses. That's what he is, Moses. He brought to himself. Moses is the humblest man. Yeah, in the area. How can the word actually humble? The person humble brought himself in the Janway is the humblest person in the face of the earth. He's not humble, but he's the one actually brought it. That's why because he is humble, he can understand God. And he will be able to say, even though he's treated unfairly, but he said, God, you are faithful, God, who does no wrong. How just and upright he is. Because, he is just worship God as he is. He doesn't care. He doesn't question God. He pleaded that he want to go. And he went up and see the promised land, but he's not allowed to enter. The next one. God is a jealous God. Maybe you haven't heard it before. He's a jealous God. He is jealous. Just imagine, in the holy matrimony, husband and wife. Oh, I got my new ring. Because back then was a gold ring, now silver, white gold is 10, so we have 2 wedding rings. When I'm wedded twice, but the same person, okay? When I got renew my ring. So just imagine, in the holy matrimony, you said, would you accept, and then the guy said, yes, I will accept you as mine. Beloved one. And you have to accept me. Who I am. My weaknesses. My weaknesses or my bad habits. Also my girlfriends. You have to accept that I cannot live without them. I'm going to marry you. What's the wife going to do? She's probably going to beat up that man. Get a candle from the altar and just beat him up. Because what? Because there's a jealousy, right? When you love someone, you want that person. You want that person to dedicate to you, right? Dedicate. It doesn't matter if husband and wife, and then it could be father and the children. Father also can be jealous. The father loves the children and all this, but the children say, "Oh, one day I want to be like that man. I like that man. I don't want to be like you, Dad." What do you feel if you are a father? That is what Isaiah did. When we worship other gods, we make him jealous. Right? We make him jealous. Because, why? Because he's been good to us. But instead of loving him back, we associate ourselves with his enemies. Right? If your father has enemies, say your father has enemies. But you are associate yourself. You are drinking, you are eating dinner with your father's enemies. What would your father think? Are you my son or not? If you are my son, you are on this side, son, not on their side. Right? Worshipping other gods, foreign gods, it's idols, right? Idolatry. Idols don't have to be the other religion belief. It doesn't have to be other religion belief. Other religion belief is also an idol. Idols and foreign gods can be you. You can idolize yourself, right? Can be your work. Can be because you idolize. I'm rich. I'm now the manager. I'm invincible man. Nothing can harm me now. Whatever I say people do. When I say jump, they say how hard. Idol can be your boss. Can be your friends. Idol can be your husband. Can be your wife. Can be your house. Can be your car. Can be anything that replacing God's place. Can be your certificate. Can be your strength. I'm so strong. Can be your good character. I'm really good. Nothing can harm me. Look, even Christians, they're not as good as me. I'm helping out. So idols can be your knowledge. Even the knowledge of the Bible. It can be your idol. As long as anything that replacing God in your place, in your life. So don't think idols are all, I don't worship other God. No. Idols can be those things that I just mentioned. The next one. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 10 to 12. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 10 to 12. You learn something today? Yeah. Hallelujah. He found them. God, when he is referring to God, he found them in a desert land, in an empty, howling wasteland. He surrounded them and watched over them. He guarded them as he would guard his own eyes. I want to do this. If I do this, that should be right. It's okay. Come on, open your glasses. Open your glasses. No. Will you allow me to do that? You can have someone to pinch your ear on your nose, right? But you will let someone block your eyes? No. You will go. That is what God says. That's why God says you are the apple of my eye. God will not allow you to be touched because you are the eyes, you protect your eyes, right? You protect your eyes, right? When you are connected your ear, you are the but your eyes, you pressure it. You pressure your eyes. That's what God said. He surrounded them and watched over them. He guarded them as he would guard his own eyes. He will put a nice Oakley, glasses. No one can touch me, When you open it, you're like Cyclops.